Hello, everyone. It's me. I'm coming to you all today pretty calm. Pretty calm. I want to talk about something. I always want to talk, right? But I'm definitely not going to be on here long because I don't have normal hours when it comes to my lives. I have lives at any time of the day, except for early in the morning, like normal time, like most people, okay? I'm coming to you all because for some of us, we are in a place where when we start something, we don't always know how it's going to go. Hey, baby, good morning, queen. We don't know how things are going to happen for us. We just don't know, okay? And I want to say these things because I know that sometimes life can be a struggle in itself. And sometimes it's hard to get up every morning with a smile on your face. Sometimes it's hard to get up and do that thing that you know you need to do. It's hard sometimes. Life is not designed to be an easy thing. Like, it's just not designed to be that way. So we take what we have and we try to do the best with what we have. We try to, whatever that thing we have, we try to make the best of it. But I realized on my journey, that when you really truly want something, when it becomes really important to you, when it's something that you want to happen in your life, you have to be so consistent and persistent. And you can't let the ways of the world wear you down. You can't become overwhelmed with life because life can overwhelm you. There are moments that take place in your life, especially when things happen and you're not aware of it and it just happened and you don't have any control over it and you just have to make do. Sometimes you just have to make do with what you have. I want to tell you that failure itself is not an option. Failure is not an option. Just because you may have done something and it may not be going the way that you feel like it should be going, doesn't necessarily mean that it's not going to happen. See, I find that on my journey, and I'm just speaking from my perspective, I find that on my journey, I had to learn some things about myself. I had to learn to acknowledge my faults, my good, my bad. All of that go hand in hand because life is a process. And when there are things that you come up against as far as adversity, as far as how you want your life to go, how you feel like things should be, then you are well within your rights to change those things about yourself and about your life. Don't hold on to stuff that has kept you in a space, kept you sad, always keep you in a space of not being happy. Don't hold on to things like that. Let that stuff go. Release that kind of stuff because it's not good for you and it doesn't add any value to your life. As long as you are living and the Most High Yah gives you a new day, it's always time for change. You can change anything about yourself. You can change anything about who you are. When you don't like something, you can change it. All things are possible, and the sky is the limit. See, we limit ourselves sometimes because when we're doing something for the very first time and we don't know what we're doing, because you're always going to do something that you don't know exactly what you're doing, but you have to learn how to do it, okay? We put limits on ourselves. We say, I can't do this, and I can't do that. I feel like I want to do this, but I don't know if I can. Anything that you want in this life, y'all, is achievable. And you have to remember that. And as long as you keep showing up every day, showing up for the change, for the things that you want, all things are possible. See, we have a Father. We have a Father, the Most High Yah, who helps you on this journey. Not who can, but who helps you on this journey. We can't do this thing alone. This thing about life, we can't do this alone. We have to find people who are doing what we're doing. We have to allow ourselves to be open and to learn. And we have to keep showing up and understand that failure is not an option. And no matter what it looks like, no matter how it may seem, no matter what we may be going through, as long as the Most High is continuing to give us a new day, every day, all things are possible. When we start out, when we're starting out with something new, sometimes we got to learn to invest in ourselves. Sometimes we have to take a class. Sometimes we got to watch videos. Sometimes we have to be open and learning who we are. And we have to be okay with that. We got to be okay with learning who we are, because your life is a process. It's one big process. And there are many, 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 many different things that you have to learn on this journey. You will forever be learning. You will always be learning about who you are. No matter how long you live, there is always something new that you can learn when you are open. Sometimes I hear people say, well, I'm too old to learn something new. You're never too old. You're never too old to learn something new about life. Life is about changing. Life is about learning. Life is about having the life that you want to have, especially when you want a new life, when you want your life to be completely different, when you want to add something new to your life. You got to be okay with learning. Got to be okay with it. So that's pretty much all that I really wanted to say. Failure is not an option. You got to keep showing up every day. You got to keep doing what you're doing. You got to have the understanding that life is not going to be fair, that no matter what you do, sometimes it may not be enough. So if it's not enough, do more. Just do more. Keep doing that thing until something happens. Keep doing that thing until it gets to where you want it to be. When you come into the world of crafting, because in the world of crafting, there are a lot of things. You can learn so many different things in the world of crafting, whether it be making jewelry. Good morning, Queen. Making jewelry, whether it be crocheting, whether it be painting, whether it be working with clay, whatever that thing is in the world of crafting, you can learn anything. You just got to be willing to learn whatever it is that you want to learn. You got to be open to new things. And you got to teach yourself many things. Don't just stick with that one thing. Learn many things. Because when you have a gift or a talent that the Most High has given you, that gift or talent can be used in many things. It can be factored into many different things. If you are willing to learn about being creative, if you are willing to sit down and make something out of nothing, the sky is the limit, y'all. The sky is the limit. And don't concern yourself with things that doesn't add value. Don't concern yourself about whether or not if people are going to like what you do, because this is what has kept me going for many, many years. People love different things. Trends come in, trends go out. People love it, okay? Your difference, you being who you are, brings upon a different thing that has never been seen before. Your difference, who the Most High created you to be, is going to separate you from everybody else that's in the game. And as soon as you figure that out, because this is something that a lot of people don't truly get. When people see trends, when they see people doing things, when something new first land, okay, they say, oh, I want to go do what they doing because that's the new thing that's in right now. So they forget about what they have inside of them. They forget about what they can bring to the table. Because it's a trend, because it's something coming out for the very first time, and they forget about everything that they have. They forget about their difference, because the person who set the trend is that person ain't no different than you. It's just it's just an idea that person developed, and they said, you know what? I've never seen this done before. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to see where it go. And then when people see it, everybody jump on. They jump on the wagon. They say, ooh, this is something new. It's hot. Everybody doing this. I want to do what that person doing, and I want to do what that person doing. And that's fine if that's what you want to do. But what happens with trends over time, trends get saturated. They get saturated because everybody doing it. And when everybody start doing it, then it's not unique anymore. It's not different anymore. Because everybody doing it. So now you got everybody doing that trend. And because everybody is doing that trend and doing that thing that they see everybody do, it's not exciting anymore. Because over time, trend, they die. See, anything that comes in stays in for a while, but then it goes out. When you work with your difference, when you work with what the Most High gave you to give, that never dies. That lives on forever. If you take what you have and you develop it, and people start seeing what you do, of course you're going to have people that come and do what you do, but it's not going to be the same, because your difference separates you from everybody else. Your difference, it separates you from everybody else. And when you stay connected with who you are and you give birth to that thing, eventually you're going to find something or come across something that people are really going to love. People are really going to enjoy. And when you find that thing, you develop it. And when you develop that thing, you keep doing it over and over and over and over again. And then eventually, when people see it, they're going to buy it. They're going to want to buy it. They're going to want to purchase this. And sometimes they're going to want to do what you do. But it's not going to be the same because your uniqueness makes that thing what it is. Your uniqueness. And that's the thing that we have to get on this journey and the world of crafting. In the world of crafting. Everybody may be doing it. That doesn't necessarily mean that you shouldn't. And if you decide to do it, make sure that when you do it, you put your own touch, you put your own spin on it. Because you got 1 million people crocheting, you got 1 billion and trillion people making jewelry, you got 1 billion and people making stuff out of clay. But if you are working and operating out of your own uniqueness and challenging yourself, you will never, ever have to worry about running out of ideas or depending on somebody else. Because when God gives you a gift or a talent, he gives it to you abundantly. He gives it to you for a lifetime, and you'll have it forever. And sometimes we get in a rut where we may say, well, I'm running out of ideas. You're never running out of ideas. You're never running out of ideas. You can make jewelry or whatever that thing that you're doing from anything. You can make, people that crochet, they do some awesome work. You never run out of ideas if you're a crocheter. You never run out of ideas if you're a painter. You never run out of ideas if you sew and make clothes. You never run out of ideas, ever. If you stay to who you are, if you stay to your uniqueness, if you have the understanding that failure is never an option, and if you get to the point where you feel like this isn't working, reinvent the wheel. Do it until something happens, or find people who can help you advance, who can help you grow. If it is something that, if you see somebody doing something, don't be afraid to ask questions. Sometimes people will tell you and sometimes they won't, depending on who they are. But don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to try different things. And have the understanding that everybody that's on this journey, that's doing this thing, started from somewhere. Started from somewhere. Humble beginnings, y'all. That's what it's called. Good morning, Queen. Good morning. Thank you so much, Queen. How are you, Anita? Humble beginnings. Humble beginnings. Everybody who made a conscious decision to start something or do something different in their life started from a humble beginning. But it is 8:43, y'all. 18:43. I've been on here for 18 minutes. And I'm about to get up off of here. And I want to say thank y'all so very much for joining me, because people is getting up in my house. I don't even know what time it is here. I'm in Maryland, and I'm thinking that it's going on probably 4 o'clock. But I want to say thank y'all so very much for joining me for this little tad bit of a chat. And y'all have a wonderful and awesome day. And don't forget that failure is not an option. Continue to do what you need to do so that you can have the life you want to have. I love each and every one of y'all. Peace and blessings. And until my next podcast, have a good one, y'all. See ya.